Hey guys, Ernie here. Welcome Paleo Hiker MD channel, and we're going to have an RV video today. We are going to take a look at how to hook up your RV when you arrive at a campsite. This is a full hookup campsite here at Cajun Palms, just outside of Lafayette, Louisiana. It's a great family-friendly RV park, but we're going to take a look at how we hook up our Class C RV to the full service hookups. So stay tuned. That's what we're going to do here this morning on Paleo Hiker MD. Alright guys, so are you new to RVing? Is this something that's new, and are you looking at the potential of buying an RV? One of the things that I did whenever we went looking for an RV was I watched a lot of YouTube videos. And one of the things I was most interested in was hooking up our RV. How do you do it step by step? So that's what we're going to do today. Let me show you guys where we're parked and what we had to do to get the RV situated in our campsite. There are a lot of different types of campsites. Most of them are just kind of infield campsites. We splurged and got a roof over our head. This is our Class C right over here, Jayco 31FS. And in the summer down south with one air conditioner, which is what ours has, it can definitely struggle to keep up with the severe heat. It doesn't ever get hot, but it's not as comfortable as we'd like. So it was, I think, $15 more a night to have a cover, so we did that. So let's start from the beginning here. First thing you're going to do is pull into your spot. You're going to want to look for the area that has the hookups. In this case, as I said, it's full hookup, so almost always the electricity will be there, the water, and if there is sewer, you will have a sewer hookup there as well. You want to make sure and look on both sides for clearance for your slide outs. Very important that you have clearance for your slide outs so you don't hit anything. Obviously you want to look overhead. Here we knew we had no obstacles, but if you're in a regular campground, you want to look out for trees and the such overhanging. Alright guys, so the first thing you want to do is look for your control center. This is our control center right here. This is all the different levels: battery level, fresh water, gray water, or excuse me, black water, gray water. This is our generator controls. These are our two slide outs. You can see there's in and out. So when we arrive, I just hit both to out and let them slide out all the way. These slide outs are fully extended at this point. And that's the first thing to do when you arrive on ours. The next thing you want to do is level. Now, every model will be different. When we first got our RV, we thought that we had to put down the stabilizing jacks before we opened up the slide outs, and in fact that was wrong. On our particular model, they recommend putting out the slide outs, then putting down the feet to the stabilizing system. How easy is it to do? Let's take a look. Now every coach is going to have a different way of leveling. Ours uses this Bigfoot leveling system. Just turn it on. You're going to let it go until it stops flashing, and see now it's just flashing with a foot. In this case, like I said, I've already leveled the coach. You turn it on, you hit auto, and you let it do its thing. One quick item, if you're going to be at your campsite for a little while, which most of the time you will be, take your power step, click it to off. That way, every time that you open and close your door, the power step stays out. Trust me, you can open that door and step out and end up on your face if you're not careful. All right, guys, so at that point, you've got kind of the interior stuff done. You've got the slide outs pulled out, and you've got the leveling jacks down. Next thing you need to do is hook up all your utilities. So let's head over to the side over here. Every coach will be a little different, but most of them are going to be in the same general idea. Let me show you guys what I got for electrical. Okay guys, so this is my electrical bay here. You can see that I have an electronic management system. I discussed this in another one of my videos. Basically, this box will analyze the electricity that's coming into the coach, make sure that it's all completely correct and nothing's going to damage the coach. And then after that check, it will allow electricity to the coach. So when you get to the RV place, hook up your electronic management system, hook up your power, and while you're at it, you can go ahead and hook up here. I hook up cable TV because here we do have cable TV as well. Hook those up, and then we'll go over to the power box here, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so this is a pretty typical power box. what you want to do whenever you plug this up, you want to make sure all of your breakers are off. We're going to be using the 30 amp. This is 30 amp. This is 50 amp, 20 amp over here. We are always going to use the 30 amp for our coach. Turn everything off completely. Plug your power in. Once your power is plugged in, then you turn on your power. At that point, my electronic management system will go into effect, and if it gives it the okay, it will in about 15 or 20 seconds allow power to go to the coach. You can also see here, and you'll just have to go spot by spot, but most places that we stay do not have cable TV. This one does, so we went ahead and plugged it up, even though we rarely watch TV. We're paying for it, so I plugged it up. All right, so at that point, you've got your electrical system hooked up, ready to go. You've got everything leveled. You've got your slide outs. The last thing is water and sewage. Now, somewhere between our last campground, which was at the beach, and this campground, I lost or misplaced or left my pressure, water pressure gauge. I have a water pressure monitor that will check the water pressure and make sure that it's at the correct PSI for our system. I don't have it, so we just hook it straight up, which is the best for the coach, but we did that this time because we had no choice. Let me show you guys how easy it is to hook up your water. So yeah, can't be much easier. This one clearly states city water connection. This up here is the black tank flush, so we'll use that when we leave to flush our black tanks. This is city water connection. I have this little elbow here so that there's not as much pressure or strain on the actual hose, so it just turns it into 90 degrees. Hook this straight up over here. Like I said, normally right here there would be a water pressure valve gauge. I don't have one, but that's where you would put it. After you hook it up, turn on your water full blast. Okay, now just turning on your water will not make sure water works in your coach. You have to find the controls for your water. It has different fixtures, as you can see. It says city fixtures, city tank fill, county fill, normal, sanitized, winterized lines, and sanitized tank. The two you're going to use the most are normal. Normal on my coach means that it's running off the water pump. That's if you're not hooked up to anything whatsoever and you're basically completely off all utilities. If I'm hooked up to the city fixtures, that's just this right here, that means that water will run through my system like a normal city without any water pump. Simply the pressure from the city will allow the system to work fully. So just make sure that you do this, and when you hit back on the road, make sure you switch it back to normal so that you can flush your toilet and all that stuff. Okay, so last is sewer. Now we do have full hookups here. For people who RV, you will agree that having full hookups is like the most freeing thing in the world. You can take as long a showers as you want. This particular coach has real-time hot water, so it has propane water heater that is tankless, so you never run out of hot water. It's a little finicky, but it works very well. We've learned to use it. But when you have full hookups, it makes all the difference because you don't have to worry about taking long showers, etc. Because the gray water is really the limiting factor. If you're looking at a coach, you want more gray water capacity than black water. Black water, black tank will last a lot longer than gray water. For my family of 4, not being too much of a shower fanatic, we'll go through one full 40-gallon gray tank in a day. So basically, when we're out without full hookups, I figure that I have to dump my tanks once a day. If it was just my wife and I, we could be a lot more frugal. We can make it last for days. But you got 2 kids, you're not going to sit there and tell them you got to take short showers. They do the very best they can, and they do a good job. Even with that, we still have to empty them pretty frequently. So you're going to want to go to the sewer connection area in your RV. I do recommend putting on a clear elbow so that you can see what's coming through. I have a slinky type model that goes over here. You're going to want to put your sewer attachment straight on. This one screws in, which is nice. And then you just attach one end, which is where the water goes in, the sewer goes in. You attach that to your coach. Now I do also have this little track here, which allows, more than anything, for continuous drainage. It allows for good slope from there to there so that your water does empty very well. Importantly, when you are hooked up to full hookups, open your gray tank That will allow shower water or anything like that to flow through. You will never fill up your gray tank, and it's a beautiful thing. Never leave your black tank open when you're at camp, because the solids will clump at the bottom of your black tank and be a total mess. So always keep black closed unless you are in the process of draining it, and always keep your gray open when you are at camp. When it's time to leave camp, the night before we leave, I'll close the gray tank. Process of draining the black tank, you do want some gray water to flush this tube out and get some of the residue out. So the night before we leave camp, I'll close the gray. That'll give us about a shower or two's worth of, my goodness, it's raining. Who would have guessed it? Oh, the poor children are getting rained on. Anyway, close your gray tank the night before you leave. That'll give you some gray water to flush this out. When you're in camp, always leave your gray open, your black closed. All right, guys. Stop raining here. Again, we're at Cajun Palms RV Resort here just outside of Lafayette, Louisiana. I think the town is called Henderson. And that is a look at how to hook up your RV. Really simple. Every RV is going to be a little bit different, but the basic things are park appropriately, watch out for overhanging things, make sure you have clearance for your slide outs. Pull your slide outs out level. Some coaches will have you level first and pull your slide outs after. Others, like ours, will have you pull the slide outs first and then level afterwards. After you do that, come on outside. You can hook up your electricity. Make sure you hook it up to the coach first. Go to the box, turn off the breaker, plug up the power, and turn on the power, and that should bring power to your coach. If you have cable TV, go ahead and hook up cable TV as well. After that, hook up city water. It is preferable, like I said, to have a water pressure monitor or valve in between the city water and your coach. I don't have one today because I lost mine, and we're parked now, and I'm not going to get another one. And lastly, you hook up your sewer if you have a full hookup. Pretty simple, pretty easy process. Takes me about 10 minutes once I park to get things going. All right, so that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today. We've got 2 nights here at Cajun Palms. We're pretty excited about that. We appreciate you guys checking in, watching the video. Look forward to more RV related videos here on the channel. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Yeah, we're going to get this RV on the road a little bit more here soon, and we'll bring you guys along. Thanks for watching.